Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Colin Abrams with the HGP Sportscast. In cricket, West Indies A slumped to a 280-run defeat by Sri Lanka A to level the series in Jamaica. More in this report by Stanford Howard.
Sri Lanka A selected to bat first in the second test match of the series. They lost 2 wickets for 36 runs. Captain De Silva, who steered his team with a contribution of 73, and Dusani Shankar, 102 not out, helped the visitors post 294. Keon Joseph was once again impressive with the ball, taking 3 wickets off his 11 overs. In the Windies' first innings, the top nor the middle order batsmen got off to a start. Only 4 batsmen got into double figures. Rakeem Cornwell top scored with 46 runs before the Windies was bowled out for 137 in just under 45 overs on the second day. Sri Lanka A added to their first innings lead of 157 runs and amassed 437 runs on day 3. Rakeem Cornwell had the litter of the wickets, taking 5 off 25.5 overs. In the Windies A reply, Malinda Pushkar Kumar racked in 6 wickets off 21 overs as Windies continued to make no contact with the ball and were all out for 144. For HGP Sports, I'm Stanford Howard.
Thank you, Stanford. India leveled the ODI series against New Zealand in Pune. New Zealand was cut down to 230 off their 50 overs after losing 3 for 27 in 7 overs. Henry Nichols was the top scorer for the Kiwis with 42 off 62 balls. It was Bhuvneshwar Kumar who helped India to level the series with his bowling, taking 3 wickets for 45 runs in his 10 overs. India knocked over the below-par target in 46 overs with 6 wickets to spare. We turn our attention now to golf. Over 60 golfers will take part in the Citizens Bank's DIH Golf Tournament set for this Saturday. Stanford Howard reports.
The Lusignan Golf Course will once again come alive this weekend. The tournament, which is being held in anticipation to the Guyana Open set for later this year, is sponsored by long-lasting supporters of the sport, Citizens Bank and Banks DIH Limited. Brian Hackett, acting president of the Lusignan Golf Course, indicated.
Bank and Banks DIH have been long corporate sponsors of golf for many years and has once held the title of sponsoring the Guyana Open consecutively for several years in the past. We've always enjoyed a very cordial relationship with both companies, and the players and spectators look forward for this event because it's really a big splash.
Neville Skeet, credit manager at Citizens Bank, conveyed.
For giving us the opportunity to co-sponsor. We have been absent from these events for, I would say, probably about 2 to 3 years now. Us coming out this year, I hope you take this as an indication from us that, you can look forward to future sponsorship from Citizens Bank.
Mr. Hackett tells about the format of the game.
For golfers, what that means, you get points based on your handicap and the net score at the hole you play. It is particularly good for the high handicappers because it allows the elimination of high score and it's not rolled over and added to your total score. So that gives the high handicappers, who usually makes some mistakes at a few holes, and for medal play it will mean that they would then be eliminated or stand very low chance of coming in with a good score. But the table forward allow that balance, and so you will have a lot of high handicappers coming out, and they have a really good opportunity of coming on the leaderboard.
Banks DIH Communications Manager Troy Peters says most females will not opt to compete in this weekend's game, but that will change for the Guyana Open, where female competitors are becoming a regular feature. A few overseas players who are expected to compete in the Guyana Open may also participate in the game on Saturday. For HGP Sports, I'm Stanford Howard.
Champions of the Banks DIH Gabber Leagues received trophies and prizes at a ceremony held at Thirst Park, Georgetown. More in this report. Following the completion of the Banks DIH-sponsored Georgetown Amateur Basketball Association's first, second, and under-23 divisions leagues, which saw Bounty Coles Basketball Club dominating, winning teams received trophies and medals on Wednesday. Colts were praised for defending their 3 titles won in 2016. Pace setters collected 2 trophies for their second-place finish in the Under-23 and 2nd Division, while Plaisance Guardians collected their second-place trophies. Eagles finished 3rd in the Under-23 and 2nd Division, while Cobras were bronze finishers in the Open Division. Adrian Hooper, president of GABA, said, "The past 3 months have seen gruesome competition in the leagues, but nevertheless, Bounty Colts managed to defend all 3 of their titles. I know that teams have been watching Colts closely, and when GABA hosts its year-end knockout tournament in December, it will be a very tough competition." And finally, in international news, claims that more than 10,000 Chinese athletes used banned substances will be investigated by the World Anti-Doping Agency's intelligence unit. More in this report. The claims made by former Olympic doctor Zhu Yinzin on German television refers to athletes using the banned substances in the 1980s and 1990s. She claimed there was systematic doping across a number of Chinese sports. According to the doctor, she was terminated from the national team for refusing to give a gymnast a banned substance. A World Anti-Doping Agency WADA statement said it had been informed of the claims, but it would have difficulty prosecuting cases that happened 30 years ago. The WADA code was introduced in 2003, and the statute of limitations for prosecuting code violations is 10 years. The doctor claimed in an interview that athletes as young as 11 were given banned substances, and that all Chinese medals in major tournaments during that period were won through the use of performance-enhancing drugs. China was one of 9 countries to be banned from international weightlifting for 1 year earlier this month, after drug tests came back positive. And that has brought us to the end of this edition of the HGP Sportscast. But before we go, here's a quick tip. Champions keep playing until they get it right. Back to you, Travis.